Hello, this is a working session which will make up chapter 4 of the video editing playlist, and we're going to deal with audio and how to decide whether to use SimpleScreenRecorder or Kazam for recording sessions where there are multiple sources of audio and in terms of what the audio sounds like. And I already believe I know what the answer is, but I will try to appear nonpartisan here. Good luck. And we'll first run Kazam, then SimpleScreenRecorder. And what we will be recording are fairly identical sessions. One is just running an MPV playing of an MP4 file, running a browser which will play one of my videos on YouTube, just a short section of it, and then bring up kdenlive and play a video from within the workspace of kdenlive and see what it sounds like. So with that said, let's start. Hello, this is Andrew. This is a working session to evaluate the audio capabilities and quality of the Kazam screen capture utility against the SimpleScreenRecorder utility. Just a caveat, this is not a general evaluation of both apps or either one of them. I'm simply concerned with the ability to capture the contents of a rectangle and what the audio sounds like when you replay it. I'm going to use the MPV app for displaying an MP4 file and playing an MP4 file, which is, by the way, what we're using here, so you know what it sounds like right now. And also, at the same time, I'm going to add the MPV utility playing an MP4 file, and then I'm going to play a YouTube video, which is one of the chapters here, I don't remember which one, which has both music and speech, and see what it sounds like. So without further ado, let's start with Kazam. Kazam is currently recording this whole area, and the reason, by the way, why I have this squarish looking set of utilities running is because I cannot for the life of me find in Kazam something that SimpleScreenRecorder does provide, which is just have a very faint frame around the capture rectangle, so that at runtime, while I'm moving things in and out of the capture area, there's a clear line that says, okay, this is where it starts, this is where it ends, this is the top, this is the bottom. So, but it's really just an inconvenience, and I love complaining. So this is Kazam recording, and let me get the file managers off of here so it's a little bit easier to, there we go, don't have to deal with gray and gray anymore. I'll go through the configuration. This is the pulse audio volume control. I'm going to go through each of these very quickly, just to make sure that we have the same conditions for the same recording, the files, the browser, so that we can then render the MP4 files and simply play them and judge for ourselves which one is better for us or for me. Configuration. This is the soundbar on my system. It sits about 4, 5, 6 feet in that direction. On top there, close to the ceiling, and it does have a microphone jack, but I'm not using it, and so this is just for analog stereo output as opposed to if I were to choose this. So no input from there. Built-in audio is HDMI. On my screen here I have 2 HDMI speakers which are turned off, and last but not least, this is the headset over here, and you can see a stereo output for both of the ear loudspeakers and mono input from the single microphone. Moving to the input devices, you're seeing my headset microphone registering. And a note here, one of the issues with doing this kind of test is having feedback from, if the utility is recording this, the microphone, and at the same time there's loud music or speech from the sound bar, you get feedback and it sounds really bad. So I think 75% is low enough so that the volume from the microphone is not set so high that it picks up all stray noises from the environment, but we shall see. Output devices, these are the headset speakers here, and I think I might actually reduce, this is a sound bar, I'm going to reduce it a bit more so it's barely perceptible, so the chances of the feedback being created, the feedback effect being created is, I think, low enough at this point. We're recording right now. You can see that Kazam has the headset microphone up here, and it has the sound bar down here, and this will be maintained as long as the Kazam session is ongoing. The MP4 file from the recording session that we are running right now in this whole area is not going to be produced until I tell Kazam to finish, which means everything stopped at that point in time and the MP4 file gets written out. And playback, I don't think we're playing anything back right now, which is fine, and let's start. So I'll be just yakking my full head off over here just in order to create the speech from one source. And let's bring in a YouTube video. As you can see, playback is showing it playing. Actually louder than I thought it would. It's being recorded. And you can see that on the speaker it is registering a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to be imperceptible or not. And then at the same time, so I'm going to restart. As soon as I start this MPV, I'm going to restart this video with this little button here, just so they are all playing at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see what the result is. Okay, where are you? Play. And we're going to start this. Hello. I'm going to lower this video audio here a little bit. It's an introduction to the video editing playlist. We've got 2 pieces of music. We've got 2 voices talking under the real Andrew Kelly and Mayhem Shelley's sudo channel. And this is Andrew Kelly right here. So that's what's going on in the system. We'll judge for us. This is going to be fun. once I finish the recording, I'm not sure it'll be fun for me, but it'll be fun for you. Oh, hey, okay, be quiet. There we go. So that's it for this section. Next section, I'll do the very same thing with Simple Screen Recorder, and I'll make sure that I put in 50%, that I leave the 50% volume on the browser and not touch the volume on the input. And we'll see if the results show feedback. If I'm hearing feedback as it's replaying things, I'm simply going to redo that session with lower volumes on the microphone. So it's kind of a fine line that you have to walk through. Okay, we are now going to continue the Kazam audio test, and to include kdenlive. And with kdenlive, I'm going to just pick a recent. Oh, okay. We'll pick this one. This is basically a revised webcam setup, which has both audio and video. And I'm simply going to play the project over in this window here. So maybe let's give it just a little bit more space. And then on top of that, I'm going to bring in, not sure why I have Quentin Tarantino there. Oh, I know why. Because we're going to restart this. We're going to restart this video. So I'm going to set this up so that it will start playing. And here we go with my face here. Let's put my face down there. Hello everyone, this is Andrew. We're doing a working session today on setting up a webcam
low to begin with,
using
so it's not an
phone,
apples to apples comparison.
a USB cable.
I am
connected to
I apologize for that.
a Linux system of some
And
sort.
just to get this
My
moving,
phone is the Pixel,
let's
Google Pixel
restart
8a.
This one's going to be very loud by
My
comparison.
Linux system is
So we've got
Debian
speech
12
from here,
running
speed.
Debian 12.
Speech from
And
here,
the
which is
USB
a little-
cable is
volume is low, a little bit.
USB-C connector to the bottom of the phone.
The loud music from
To
here.
some USB-C port.
Let's see what the actual MP4
Setting up the
Kazam
webcam
will
session is
produce.
really not that hard. Take it step.
what it sounds like compared to Simple Screen Recorder, which will come next. Alrighty, that's it for now, and we're going to end the recording from Kazam right now. See ya. And welcome back. We are now in the section that focuses on Simple Screen Recorder audio, which should be roughly equivalent to the session we held just before now that focused on Kazam. So this is Simple Screen Recorder, and we are going to start by playing a YouTube video, which is one of my chapters in this very playlist, and that's, as it turns out, fairly loud music, so guard your ears. And I'm going to start an MPV going to see what that sounds like. And this is the playback. MPV is playing this, Firefox is playing this, and we are recording. Oh, the music is coming from here, by the way, in case you can hear it. Alright. So, we've got me talking, and we'll do the music again. And the point here is not only what it sounds like right now. Pause, pause, pause. Okay. Not only does it matter what it sounds like right here, but when the Simple Screen Recorder produces the MP4 file, what does that sound like? And the next thing I want to do is, let's get rid of this, and I'm going to bring in kdenlive, which is sitting here minimized somewhere. There it is. And it's got the revised webcam setup thing. I'm going to start it playing, so there will be speech from me and from here, and I don't think there's any music there. And there I am. So he's mumbling. I'll try to mumble also. Now let's bring in let's put in the loud music as well. I suppose I shouldn't sing while this is playing music, so I'll just talk over the other Andrew because he's not making much of a noise here at all. And I think this should be enough. Andrew, this be quiet. Andrew, be quiet. Okay, so we're back, and this is the final chapter, the conclusions for chapter 4. What I'm finding is that, well, first of all, if you look at the performance of Kazam, and about a few minutes later during the video, the performance of Simple Screen Recorder, there's really no competition. At first glance, a Simple Screen Recorder does not seem to actually record, or does it in such a way that doesn't work, because even though you can hear the primary source of audio for Simple Screen Recorder just fine, when other applications in the captured rectangle come up and play a video, whether it was Firefox playing one of the YouTube videos that I authored, or MPV running an MP4 file, and showing an MP4 file, the audio was barely perceptible. And when I played, and you'd think that using kdenlive you can actually increase the volume, but it was not going to work because there was so much background noise introduced that it's quite clear to me that the actual volume at which the additional audio sources were actually recorded was tiny. It was very, very small. And so I think in the future, when I'm recording sessions that involve listening to additional sources, like for example kdenlive, playing the little work window that shows you a preview of what the current status of the project been in the working area would sound like, you can't hear anything with Simple Screen Recorder, but you can using Kazam. And the volume that Kazam produces in the MP4 files for the browser as an audio source, or this MPV, which is streaming off the camera right now, or the MPV, which is playing an MP4 file, the
audio that Kazam recorded was proportional in volume, as far as differences are concerned, to what I was hearing in real life here. So in the future, I will have to use Kazam for that. And that doesn't mean anything about Simple Screen Recorder other than having a bunch of questions. For example, the difference that I saw between Kazam and Simple Screen Recorder is that when there were multiple source audio sources that entered the rectangle that was being captured, we would see in the recording tab, we would see those multiple sources of audio being recorded separately. Whereas with Simple Screen Recorder, I only saw one, which would be Simple Screen Recorder recorded from the microphone, this one that I'm using. What that means, I have no idea, and that doesn't mean that there's a bug. The version number on Simple Screen Recorder implies that there hasn't been a stable release yet. It's 0.4 something, and that to me as a developer implies that there is development going on, and it's quite possible that that functionality has either not been implemented yet, or it was implemented without consideration of pulse audio, which means this is no time to judge that utility for functionality, other than to say, well, in this particular case, if I need something tomorrow to work, I'm going to use Kazam, and that'll give me all the audio that I wanted. I still love Simple Screen Recorder. It's got many options, and I wouldn't be surprised that the fact that I'm using Ubuntu 12, excuse me, Debian 12, hush your mouth. I am using Debian 12, and one of the things that Debian likes to do is they like to move configurations around all the time. And by all the time, I mean every release, it's like the configuration for this app is no longer here, it's now there. And it's quite possible that this wasn't tested under Debian 12. There are many speculations, and I wouldn't draw any conclusions from it right now other than to urge the folks at Simple Screen Recorder, please finish the job. It's a great app. I'd love to use it all the time. But for now, when I have to record, for example, kdenlive sessions, I am going to use Kazam. And that pretty much is the conclusion for this session. And both of these utilities, Kazam and Simple Screen Recorder, are great at what they do. Kazam does some things better. Simple Screen Recorder has way more options and can be configured to cook spaghetti as far as I can tell. Of course, I haven't found the menu for that yet. So with this, we end the session, and thank you very much. Appreciate your viewing, and please come back again. Have a good one. Bye-bye.